Hello dear students, today I am going to discuss with you farm accounting problematic part, in that cattle account. Already in previous class I discussed format about the cattle account. Now I am going to discuss with you cattle account related problems. See, this one is a format how to solve cattle account related problem. Then directly I will go for the cattle account related problem. See here, there is a illustration 2 in your book. I will solve that one. From the following particulars of Greenland farm, prepare the cattle account for the year ending 31st-3-2012. So whatever the information they have given, see here, opening stock of the cattle, number of cattle is 200 and amount is 80,000 same. Opening stock of cattle food 6,000. Purchases of cattle during the year 100 and amount is 50,000. Purchases of cattle during the year, cattle food during the year, that is a 14,000, and sales of cattle during the year number 125 and amount is 95,000, and the sales of slaughtered cattle, that is a 32, amount is 16,000. Sales of carcasses, that is a 3 numbers and 200 is the amount. Closing stock of a cattle 160 and amount is 70,000. Closing stock of cattle food, that is a 5,000, and other information they have given. See here, crop and corn worth rupees 5,000 grown in the farm was used for feeding the cattle. Then the estimated wages of cattle rearing amount is 2 rupees 7,000 and cattle insurance is 1,000. It means wages and insurance. Then slaughterhouse expenses is 1,200. Depreciation on cattle shed equipments, that is a 2,000. Then out of total calves born during the year, out of calves born, in that 5 of them died and carcasses of the same did not fetch any value. So by using these information we have to solve the problem. So how to solve the problem? Simply we can go through format. See here, solution is there. Cattle account for the year ended 31st-3-12. So by sales side, by credit side, simply we have to take sales of the cattle during the year. There is a 125 sales of the cattle during the year, amount is 95,000. That one you have to write here. Then sales of slaughtered cattle, how much the cattle slaughtered, that is a 32 and amount is 16,000. We have to write 32 in number columns. The amount you have to write in inner column, because there is a slaughterhouse expenses are also available. We have to deduct that one now in the slaughter cattle amount. So less slaughterhouse expenses, that is a 1,200. Remaining amount 14,800 you have to write in outer column. Then next one, sales of carcasses, that one you have to write numbers in number column and amount in outer column. Then next, closing stock of a cattle, that is a closing stock of a cattle 160 number and 70,000 is amount. This is all related to income side or credit side. Then come to the point, expenditure side or debit side. Here opening stock of cattle you have to write. There is a 200 is a opening capital and cattle, and 80,000 is the amount of that cattle. Then purchases of cattle 100 during the year. Purchases of cattle during the year 100 is a number and 50,000 is amount. Then we have to calculate here calves born. How much calves have been born during the year? So simply already I told you how to calculate that one. Numbers of all the credit side column you have to add. That is a sales of cattle, sales of slaughtered cattle, then carcasses cattle, then closing stock of a cattle. Add these all 4 things how much they are going to be. See, then add these all things and deduct in that opening stock and purchases of cattle, and you can get the slaves survived. After that you have to add how much slaves died during the year. Here 5 is given. 5 slaves are died in during the year. So out of survived cattle you have to add 5 to died cattle in that. Then automatically we get the amount, the numbers of cattle born during the year. See there is a calculation about that. Calculation of total slaves born, sold during the year, and slaughtered cattle, carcasses of cattle, closing stock of cattle. Adding all these 4, then less in that opening stock of cattle and purchases of cattle. After that we get 20 slaves are survived. In that add numbers of slaves died during the year. We have to add that one. Then we get how much slaves born during the year. That is a 25. Then that one you have to write here. Slaves born 25. Already we calculated that one. In that less died. How much died? 5. They have given here 5 died. Then remaining numbers of slaves, that is survived, 20 you have to write in numbers column. Then another one thing is remained, that is a cattle food consumed. Opening stock of the cattle food is how much? 6,000. Right here. Then in that add purchases of cattle food. How much purchased cattle food during the year? That is 14,000 cattle food purchased. Add that one also. Opening stock and purchases 20,000. In that less closing stock of a cattle food 5,000. So 20,000 minus 5,000, that is 15,000 will be available amount we have to write in outer column, that is a cattle food. Then whatever the expenditure related other information, wages, crop and crown transferred, insurance, depreciation on said equipments, all the things which is given in the other information. See here there is they have given crop and crown account transferred, then wages, insurance, slaughterhouse expenses already we have deducted. Ignore that one. Then next depreciation. These all things you have to write in expenditure side. The difference between credit side and debit side amount is 20,000 is profit during the year, which is transferred to general P&L account. So it is a format how to solve the cattle account, and it is a problem related to cattle account. Then come to the point, there is another 2 problems which is available in your book exercise section B. Problem number 7, which is related to cattle account only. Just I will explain, you have to solve that one. See here, cattle opening stock is available, also closing stock, numbers of cattle and value. So same here, numbers and value. Then cattle food opening stock is 5,000 and closing stock is 8,000. Then purchases of cattle food also available, that is 10,000. What to do with cattle food? You have to just simply write in expenditure side opening stock of cattle food 5,000. In that add purchases of cattle food, that is 10,000. 10 plus 5, 15,000. Out of that you have to deduct closing stock of cattle food 8,000. Remaining amount is going to be in outer column, that is maybe 7,000. It is all related to cattle food. Then purchases of a cattle during the year 150 and 60,000. It is it comes debit side, and sales of cattle during the year it is comes credit side, and sales of slaughtered cattle it is also credit side. Sales of carcasses, that is also credit side. Then out of the slaves born during the year 3 died, and the carcasses of that slaves did not realize anything. Crop worth rupees 5,000 grown in the farm was used for feeding. So crop section, crop is used for feeding, so that is transferred we have to treat, that is a crop is transferred from crop section, so it is going to be debited in debit side in cattle account and credit side in crop section account. So it is an expenditure for us, so we have to write crop transferred from crop section, that is a 5,000 in debit side. Then same 3,000 is estimated to be wages for rearing. This is wages debits, it comes debit side. And same thing, house, slaughterhouse expenses amount is 2,000. So this one is going to be deducted in slaughtered cattle amount. So that is a 2,000, charge depreciation 1,500 and insurance 400. This two comes under debit side. So you have to solve this one by referring the previous problems, and there is a how to calculate the Claus Born, calculation of Claus Born. First, already I told, whatever the credit side columns, numbers are available regarding the cattle sold, slaughtered cattle, sales of carcasses and closing stock. All these four things we have to add in that, less opening stock of cattle and purchases of cattle. Then out of that, if you deducted that, then we get the Claus survived. After that, we have to add how much died cattle, which is given in the information. Then we get Claus Born, that is 13. So by using that one, we have to solve the problem number 7. So this is for your homework, you have to do. Then next, problem number 8, it is also related to cattle account. See here, this is also simple problem. Cattle opening stock, value of a livestock. So it is comes debit side, cattle food opening stock debit side, purchases of cattle food, add that one in opening stock. Then purchases of cattle during the year, this one comes debit side. Then sales of cattle during the year, credit side. Sales of total slaughtered cattle, it is comes credit side. Sales of carcasses, credit side. Cattle closing value of livestock, it is credit side. Cattle food closing stock, it is comes in debit side. How? Cattle food opening stock and purchases, both we have to add in that, less cattle food closing stock. Then we get whatever the amount, it will be in outer column. So these all things already I explained in previous problem. Then see, whatever the other information they have given, out of Claus born during the year, 4 died and the carcasses of the Claus did not realize anything. So crop worth rupees 45,000 grown in the farm was used for feeding. So crop section, crop 45,000 crop we have used for the feeding purpose. So it is debited to the cattle account and credited to crop and crowns account. So 45,000 is going to be debited to cattle account. Then an amount of rupees 30,000 is estimated as a wages. So it is a debit side. Then slaughterhouse expenses amounted is given 45,000. We have to deduct this amount in the slaughtered cattle amount. So 3,60,000 slaughtered cattle amount is available. In that credit side, we have to deduct 45,000 slaughterhouse expenses. Remaining amount will be in outer column. Then charge depreciation of rupees 15,000 and insurance will be 4,500. This comes debit side. So it is also simple problem. You have to solve this one, problem number 8, which is available in your book. So in here there is a problem, some calculation is given, calculation of Claus born. So already I told you, sold during the year cattle, slaughtered cattle, carcasses of cattle, closing stock of cattle, whatever the numbers given, add that all. Then in that opening stock and purchases of cattle, you have to deduct. Then number of Claus survived 20. Then number of Claus died during the year, here they have given 8, but in problem there is only 4 available, so it is maybe mistake. So you have to just deduct, add in that 4 number of Claus died, that is a 4. Then 4. It is a mistake. So 20 plus 4, 24. Number of calves born, that is 24. Which one I did here? C. Purchase of cattle and calves survived, that is a 20. Calves died 4. So calves born total 24. This is one is a simple problem which is available in your book. You have to do this one also for your homework and refer the problem number 6. Illustration 6 is refer that one. Already solved problem is available. Illustration 6 regarding the cattle account. It is a simple one. Already all things are calculated in book. Refer that one. And illustration 7 also related to cattle account. C. It is also related to cattle account. Problem number illustration 6 cattle account, and solved problem is available in your book. Then illustration 7, it is also solved problem regarding the cattle account. You have to refer these two problems. So these two problems which are related to cattle account. Okay. Next class I will continue about livestock and crop and crown account. Okay. Thank you.